What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Nothing But Skills, and today's video is going to be focused on a lot of tips and tricks for the beginners. I want to call this a beginner's guide. If you guys have been watching my videos since the beginning of Blackout, then you might not find this video that useful, but you might still pick up some tips and tricks. So what we're going to do is we're going to be breaking down everything in Blackout for all of you players who just got the game and you're wondering exactly what is what, right? There's just so much going on in Blackout and it might be really new to you. So this video should hopefully give you guys a little bit more clarification on what Blackout is and what are all these items. So the first item I want to talk to you guys is a backpack. So backpacks will let you carry more than 5 items in your inventory. If you don't have a backpack, you'll be limited to 5 items. If you pick up a backpack, you'll be able to carry up to 10 items and allows you to carry more items, which is key in Blackout. The good thing about it is backpacks are really common and you should be able to find them as soon as you drop in to your drop zone. The next thing I want to get into is armor. There are 3 different levels of armor. Level 1 armor, which you see right in front of me. I'm going to pick this up and then show you what each one does. So level 1 armor is going to give you body armor that reduces your damage by 30%. The durability on this is 500. And if you look at level 2 armor, body armor reduces your bullet damage by 40%. And durability is 500. So the durability is the same on level 1 and level 2, but you get an additional 10% bullet resistance when you have level 2 armor on. Now level 3 armor, which is the highest level armor, is going to reduce bullet damage by 50%. It's also going to reduce damage from explosions and then also protects from headshots. So that is something that is key with having level 3 armor. Now it doesn't protect headshot damage from sniper rifles. You still can get one shot by a lot of sniper rifles even if you have level 3 armor on. So now that you know that you have level 1 armor, level 2 armor, and level 3 armor, you can also repair this armor. Now this armor can be repaired by using armor plates. You can stack up to 5 armor plates total and they repair your armor by 100 durability. So you know that level 1, level 2, level 3 all have 500 durability. So if you use these 5 armor plates, it can repair your armor to full armor, right? So this is something that you should always keep an eye on, especially if you're an aggressive player, because you will run through these armor plates as you fight more and more players. And you always want to try to go into the final circle, hopefully with 5 armor plates and full armor. Now transportation is key in Blackout and there's a lot of different ways for you guys to get around the map. You have your ATVs, which make a lot of noise, but they're really fast, but they don't give you a lot of cover. So if you have a sniper on you, he can headshot you. If you have players next to you, they can shoot you. But the good thing about these, they do move really fast. You also have boats. Now boats are great for if you want to get across the map using the waterways, but like any vehicle, they make noise and people can see them and they can lock on them with rocket launchers, and that's the problem with using any vehicle in Blackout. Now you have your trucks. These are probably the slowest vehicle in the game, but it does provide you with a lot of cover when you are using these trucks. The next vehicle is the helicopter, probably one of my favorite vehicles to use, but this vehicle tends to get shot down the most because everybody wants to shoot them down with the rockets. But the good thing about it is when you do get locked on, you get a warning, so you know that you can jump out by holding square and you will jump out of your helicopter and your wingsuit will deploy. And the last vehicle is the armor vehicle that they just added that has a turret mounted on it, which is cool because even if you're playing solos, you can swap seats and you can use this turret just by hitting swap seats, and then you can use the turret if you want to shoot somebody down. If you're in duels or you're in squads, you can have one guy on the turret, one guy driving around. It's a pretty cool vehicle that they just added to the game, and you can still destroy it pretty easy. All you have to do is stick a cluster grenade on there and you will kill the player that's inside the vehicle. So next we're going to talk about healing. Healing is very important in Blackout, and if you guys aren't healing, you guys are going to be losing. So you have 3 methods of healing: your trauma kit, your med kits, and your first aid. Now first aid takes 1 second and it heals you for 25 health. Now med kits take 2 seconds, but they heal you for double that, 50 health. So that's the big difference between the two. And then trauma kits takes 3 seconds, but it heals you to 100% and it gives you 50 bonus health. So a lot of times what I do is if I'm at 150 health and I find a trauma kit, I'll pop it because that gives me an advantage on a player who doesn't have a trauma kit, right? So I'm at 200 health versus his 150 health. So if you look right here, you just saw that my health went up to 200 right there. The next thing we're going to get into is perks. With so many perks out there, it's kind of overwhelming on what perks you guys should be using. So Skulker is probably one of my favorite perks to use. Now this one allows you to move faster while crouch or prone. Now with this active, when you're crouch, you move just as fast as if you were standing up sprinting, but the noise you make is the same as if you were crouching, sneaking up on somebody. So that's why that's one of my top perks. The next perk I recommend a lot of you guys who are new to the game is Looter. It lets you see items that are nearby you through walls. So if you look right here, you see all the white items that are above on the second floor, and I was outside. I can see the items next door. This is a really good talent to have, especially for a lot of you newer players who just got in the game and don't know where to loot items at. The next item we're going to talk about is Brawler. This increases your melee damage, so you pretty much can one hit anything, even people wearing level 3 armor. For every successful melee attack, you gain 50 health. Now Reinforce is pretty cool if you guys like having it. I usually don't have a space for it, so I don't use it a lot. It reduces the damage from explosions and fire. It also increases the resistance from flashbangs, concussions, and then razor wire. Now my number one perk, my favorite perk, is Dead Silence. You move quietly and you make less noise when opening stashes. This is really key for all of you guys who are trying to win matches. You can sneak up on players even with level 3 armor. It's 100% my go-to number one perk to have in Blackout. Outlander is one of those perks that is really situational, so I never recommend anybody carrying this. It reduces the damage taken from the collapse and increases your movement when you guys are outside the collapse range. So when you're taking that damage, you move a little bit faster. So that is something you guys might want to pick up. I don't even use it. I don't recommend it, just for the fact that there are so many other talents or equipment items you want to pick up. The next perk we're going to talk about is Paranoia. Now you're going to receive a directional sound anytime you're targeted by an enemy. Now what it sounds like is the same sound as when you pop it. So as soon as you're targeted by an enemy, you're going to hear this same exact sound. I typically don't pick this one up because I like having more med kits or more bandages versus having this perk right here. So for me, it's not one that I recommend picking up. Now the next talent is Iron Lungs. Now this is great for all of you snipers. Now this will help you improve your breath hold time when you guys hold your breath while using a sniper rifle. That way you guys can get those headshots. Also, it does increase your breath hold time when you're underwater. So that is another cool thing that a lot of people don't know Iron Lungs, the perk, does. The next perk is Consumer. This reduces the time of health and consumable items by 50%. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop one of these talents right here, Squad Link, and look how fast I use it. We're also going to pop Iron Lungs just so you can see. Look how fast it activates. It's half the time it takes. So this might be something some of you guys enjoy using. I typically don't pick up this perk. Squad Link is another perk that I don't even recommend you guys picking up. I mean, you can use it in duels, you can use it in squads if you want to know where your teammates are, but overall I don't recommend it. I think it's a waste of a slot. Like, there's so many other better items you can put in this slot versus running this perk. Medic is actually a really good perk. You heal faster, you revive faster, your healing items restore more health. When you revive down allies, they are revived with increased health. So overall, this is a really good perk that a lot of people don't tend to use. Mobility is my second favorite perk. You move and swap weapons faster. You take no fall damage. You fire weapons and use equipment while sprinting. You move faster while reloading. Now this lasts for a total duration of 300 seconds and I love it. This is probably my second go-to perk. If I had two perks I could only have, I would have Dead Silence and Mobility. The next perk we're going to talk about is Engineer. It reveals nearby vehicles and enemy equipment. So this is great if you're on the other side of the map and the circle's closing in. The good thing about this, you'll see where these vehicles are and can help you get from one point to another. If you look at the top right hand corner, you see a faint gray square. That is where the vehicles are. There's also one to my left. So all you have to do is run toward those. As you get closer, they turn white, and then before you know it, there's an ATV right there in front of me. So this is a great perk if you guys are struggling to find a vehicle and you need to get across the map fast because the circle's about to close in on you. And if you find this perk, you might as well just pop it, find a vehicle, and you can always turn the perk off and open up a slot if you want to pick something else up. The last perk we're going to talk about is Awareness. This one is actually a pretty good one. I do use this from time to time if I have an empty slot. As you guys see here, I'm about to use it. Enemy footsteps are louder. The duration is 120 seconds. So this is great, especially when you're in the final circle. You might have 5 guys left. you can kind of hear where they're coming from, and it gives you that slight advantage. So now that we talked about a lot of the basics of the game, I want to tell you guys some tips that I would recommend you guys using. So one thing you guys want to stay away from is actually going into your menu like this. The big issue with going into your menu like this and using your skills is that you cannot see anything that is around you. You want to use your shortcut menu that you can have by hitting up on the D-pad. Now that menu is pretty easy to use, and if you look right here, the shortcut menu gives you access to your med kits, your trauma kits, your armor plates, so you can still heal without having to go into your menu, and I still can see everything that's going on around me. So that is the big difference between going into your menu when all you see is your menu versus the shortcut menu, and you can still see what's going around you. If somebody comes up behind you, if somebody's shooting you in the back, and you can still keep moving when you're in that shortcut menu. So the next thing I want to get into is taking off attachments off your weapon if you find another weapon. A lot of you guys might do this where you just hit square or you hit drop one at a time, but there's a lot shorter way to do that. Say if you have a weapon that is fully modded, all you have to do is go into the menu, go over it, hit square, and it will drop all the attachments on the ground. And just pick whatever weapon you want. Say if I want this shotgun right here, and then just go over picking up all the attachments that you want to have and add to that shotgun. So that is the easy way for you guys to drop all the attachments really fast instead of having to do them one by one. The next thing we're going to get into is emoting, also known as gestures. Now you can customize this for each one of your character, or you can use the same one by hitting square, which apply to all characters once you have your will assignment set the way you want to. Now the cool thing about this is you can do a quick access where if you just hit the right D-pad once when you're in game, you will emote that one. I have hop to it, so when I hit that right D-pad, my character ends up doing the hop on it, and this is a unique emote to this rune character right here. Now if you hold the left D-sticks, you'll get where you can actually do different commands like hello, thanks, acknowledge, taunt, need help, and then the right D-pad, you get your emotes. So two different things you guys might not know that you guys can do in Blackout. So this is a perfect place to end this video. If you guys found this useful and you guys want to see more videos like this, a little bit more advanced, I can continue this on. There's equipment I can talk about. I can talk about all the weapons. I wanted to just do this video to really go into perks, really go into healing, to let you guys know what you guys should be looking for. Now with weapons, there's so many weapons in the game. You just have to really become familiar with the weapons and which ones you guys like. I did put out a video of 3 weapons so far. I talk about the ABR, I talk about the ICR, I talk about the KN, I talk about the SWAT RFT. So if you want to know about those weapons are probably some of the best weapons in the game at the moment. Now I can always do another video where I go more into the equipment items, from cluster grenades to concussions, when you should be using them, scopes. We can do one like that. You guys just have to let me know in the comment section that you guys would appreciate a video like this. I hope this video helped you guys out. I know there's a lot of new players. Remember, when you're looting, the faster you loot, the faster you can get away, and the faster people can't shoot you in the back. Always pick up all the ammo you can. Always pick up all the med kits. Always pick up all the bandages. That is my key tip. Get in there, get out, and hopefully you guys improve your gameplay. I'll continue these videos. If you guys enjoy them, make sure you smash a thumbs up. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I appreciate all the love, the support. Until the next video, nothing but skills is out.